Hello, welcome to this new series that we'll be doing on the Guild 3. It's called Patch Rundowns. What we'll be doing is going through the patch notes, especially focusing on the important things in the patch notes instead of just having a long text to read through. Now, this patch is 0.7.5. It's been released on April the 5th, and according to them, it's a bit on the lighter side, so that's something to take into consideration. Now, the first feature they've added in this patch is actually automatically leveling up your worker future. Now, what you do is basically just enable it from your option, and then it will automatically drop a point in the attribute that the worker used to do their job. Now, some workers actually have jobs that get debuffed if they have a certain stat that's below 3, so you want to take care of that, but this is still helpful if you have those 20, 30, 40 buildings and like a shit ton of workers. This just helps out the entire process. So another new feature they've added is actually you can now decide how many years passes each round. So instead of having it locked on 1 year equals 1 round, now it's you can choose between 1, 2, 3, or 4 years each round, which makes the game much faster, and progress is so much faster now. And now for balancing, actually release the fleas. The bug has been fixed. Now fleas no longer inflict damage, and the chance of spreading has been reduced heavily. Basically close to impossible to spread that much. And they also added a cooldown, which makes it so it's more balanced, and you don't have to worry that much about it from the other AIs just going around and spreading it everywhere. And another change I've done to the children or the kids you can have now, there is a new setup or a more optimized way of doing it. You can now send your kids to school, which you can already do, but school lasts for 2 rounds or 2 years, I think, instead of what it used to be, which is about like half a year. The rewards for it have been increased, so now you get influence, the kid gets experience, and they also get a random permanent buff to one of their base attributes. So basically, this is a must do now if you can afford it. Now, if you combine that with the Send Courier to the Monarch action, the character would actually get another bonus base attribute, which is pretty nice, especially if you want to have a maximized child to play on in the longer playthroughs. Now, another major change I've done is that rounds or years has been decreased a lot, so now everything is faster. This might stress out newer players, but for us older players, this will be easy peasy chalk breezy. Now, for us rogue players, we usually start with the jugglery as it's the safest option to go with. And they have nerfed that now, where it depends on how many characters are around your worker or yourself when you do that action. This also applies for begging and boasting, and it also depends on how many players or characters is around you. Now, what they did is that they increased the profitability of ambushers by giving them a longer area of effect, and also giving them ability to rob poor characters, so you're guaranteed basically to increase your profits with ambushers. You might want to consider doing that as your initial money maker now. It's up to you and how you feel about it. Another major change they've done is actually remove XP gain from selling and buying items. Now, the reason why they did that is actually because people have been using that method to power level their characters in the beginning of the game. Considering the bargaining bonus made it so your character could buy something for a certain price, let's say 20, and then sell it back for 21, and then you can continue profiting that way, and you don't lose anything and you just get XP, which is stupid, and it's great that they fixed it. And for people that like to build a lot of buildings, especially the larger buildings, like let's say the crafts or the farms, now they have increased the area where you can build in around the villages and the cities. So this is a pretty good space for building up a larger empire. They talked a bit about the multiplayer progress in these patch notes, and the reason for that is to show they've been working on it and not just forgotten it. Now, that's pretty cool. From the looks of thing, how they're putting it, basically it looks like they might be released soon. It might be 2-3 months away, and I'm super excited for it. Now, for the last bit of the patch notes is that what they're planning for the next patch, they're currently still working on the politics and the court system, which is it's a big project, and it's going to take them a bit. I think after the next patch is done, and after that it's been confirmed both by the patch notes and the devs on the Discord that they will actually work on the trade routes to fix it and make it usable. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.